Madam Clerk, are you good, ma'am?
Yes, Mayor.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes, sir.
Council members? Call this meeting to order. Mr. Kenny, if you can lead us in our invocation, please, sir.
If you would, please bow your heads. God, you're good to us. God, we just ask that you watch over us, watch over this town, God, and God, just give us discernment in decisions made for this place. God, we ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Mr. Raines, excuse me, flags over here. Mr. Raines, if you can lead us to the pledge, please, sir.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, if you can please conduct a roll call.
Alderman Doug Adams.
Present.
Alderman Matthew Kenny.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Buck McGee.
Here.
Alderman Jordan Shreen.
Here.
Alderman Mike Raines.
Yes, ma'am, here.
Mayor Hunter Timms.
Here.
Town Attorney Neil Irwin.
Here, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Council and those in attendance, we have a missing agenda item here, a little bit of technicality that I'm going to seek approval from the council to have added here. We have the newly created position of CAO along with the setting of the pay for the CAO, but we don't actually have a CAO. So I'm going to be seeking council's approval to add the appointment of Mr. Tyler Gillis as our CAO if they were to accept resolution 2 of 2026, which is your item number 3 of new business. So Madam Clerk, Mr. Irwin, council members, what I'm proposing here is that 3A will have the appointment, my recommendation for the appointment of Mr. Tyler Gillis for CAO. That will just be a council vote. At this time, I will entertain a motion to add that to our agenda.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to add that, the CAO to our agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Council, this time you can cast your votes to add the appointment of Tyler Gillis as our CAO.
Aye.
It carries. Madam Clerk will label this as 3A, the recommendation by the mayor for the appointment of Mr. Tyler Gillis for CAO. At this time, we will continue on to approval minutes. Council, I'll be seeking approval of minutes from January 13th of 2026, regular council meeting. Is there any questions or comments from the public? Any questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, council, this time we will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve minutes from January 13th.
Second.
I have a motion and I have a second from Mr. Raines there. Can council go ahead and cast your votes?
Aye.
Motion carries. Continue on with old business. We will have accept or reject the final budget and financial statements for December 2025. Is there any questions or comments from the public? Any questions or comments from the council? Council, this time we'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move we accept the final budget financial statements for December 2025.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Council, this time please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to new business. Council, you're all in possession of the current budget and financial statements for January of 2026. Item number 2 in new business, we will have accept or reject ordinance 1 of 2026. This is an ordinance amending the employee handbook for annualized pay program for shift firefighters. Are there any questions or comments from the public? Any questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, council, this time I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 1 of 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continue on to item number 3 in new business. This would be accept or reject ordinance 2 of 2026. This is an ordinance creating the Office of Chief Administrator officer for the town of Houghton, providing for appointment by the mayor, subject to confirmation by the town council. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Any questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, council this time will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 2/2026.
We have a motion and a second, council. This time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Council and public alike, this will be the 3A that we voted to add here. I will be seeking the approval from my council here to appoint Mr. Tyler Gillis as the CAO for the town of Houghton, as previously approved by you all in your last vote. Is there any questions or comments from the public? Any questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, council, this time I will entertain a motion to appoint Mr. Tyler Gillis as our first CAO for the town of Houghton.
Make a motion to accept Tyler Gillis as CAO of Houghton.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Council, continue on the new business. We will be in item number 4. This will be accept or reject ordinance 3 of 2026. This is an ordinance setting the pay of the chief administrative officer salary pursuant to the Larson Act. So this will be applicable to Mr. Gillis here. This is the same pay, council, that you all established for his recently previous position of town administrator back in December. So we're just solidifying that here with the new title here. Nothing's changed on pay. Is there any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Seeing none as well, council, this time we'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 3 of 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on through new business to item number 5. This will be accept or reject the amending ordinance 4 of 2026, an amendment to the ordinance authorizing the elected chief of police to receive compensation solely from third party or grant funded sources for special duties. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this ordinance? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none, council, this time I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. Accept ordinance 4 of 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the amending ordinance 4 of 2026. Council, at this time, please cast your votes.
That was number 5, not 4.
Ordinance 4 of 2025.
Item number 5, this will be for clarification, this will be accepting the amending of ordinance number 4. Council, you will vote to accept ordinance number 4 in the following line item of new business. So this will be the amending. We have an aye for Mr. Benedict. Carries unanimously. Continuing on to new business here, be item number 6. This will be accept or reject.
Yeah, you're good.
Good.
Yeah, you had it just right.
Thank you, Mr. Irwin. That's always good if I can get just right. I'll take it. Continue on to new business. We'll be at item number 6, which will be accept or reject ordinance 4 of 2026. This is an ordinance authorizing the elected chief of police to receive compensation solely from a third party or grant funded sources for special duties. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to item number 6, which is ordinance 4 of 2026? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none. Council, this time I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 4 of 2026.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continue on to new business, we'll be at item number 7, which is the introduction of ordinance 5 of 2026. This is an ordinance to annex a parcel of land titled the Horton Tract, approximately more or less 27.03 acres of land near the 700 block of West McKinley adjacent to the Houghton municipal limits, and it's set for public hearing on March the 10th at 6 p.m. Again, this is just an introduction, council and citizens. With that being said, are there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Also none, again, there's not a vote, but if there's any questions or comments from the council, please feel free.
Aye.
Do you have a question or comment? Got it. All right. We will continue on to item number 8 in new business. This will be the introduction of ordinance 6 of 2026. This is an ordinance amending ordinance 3 of 2025, clarifying intent, staffing, and code adoption authority, and providing for related matters. Again, this is just a introduction. Mr. Gillis, correct me if I'm wrong, or Chief Palmer, this is in reference to our Fire Prevention Bureau, some technicality on wording with the state, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So again, just some clarification there as we continue to establish and get this Fire Prevention Bureau up and going. Again, this is just an introduction of Ordinance 6 of 2026. Is there any questions or comments from the public? Any questions or comments from the council? Good deal. We'll continue on through new business. We will be at item number 9, which will be accept or reject resolution 7 of 2026. This is a resolution awarding water well number 1 abandonment and replacement project. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this matter? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none, council at this time will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept resolution 7, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Y'all give me one quick second to get my paperwork squared away real quick. Mr. Irwin, to make sure that we're handling all of our housekeeping right here, when it comes to our agenda item number 7 for the awarding of the project, is there anything particular that you would like us to read out for public record for that awardment?
Just to be precise, you might want to talk about or describe the contractor that has been awarded in the amount.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, sir. Y'all give me 1 second, my printer got crazy on me.
Mayor, if I may,
Yeah, you may.
If that was printed on the regular agenda packet, this comes as a secondary update to the bid for road seal yesterday.
That's right.
But it was the 3Gen Construction LLC in the amount of $360,012.
So before we continue on there, council, we wanted to make sure that we notated the name of the contractor who was awarded that and then the amount. So again, I'll go ahead for the benefit of transparency here. If there was any questions from the public in reference to the contractor or the amount there, feel free to ask. That was something that was set out for sealed bid, and I just want to make sure that we did read that out in public forum who was awarded the bid. And likewise to the council, any questions or comments in reference to that is fine as well. Great. Continue on to item number 10, the new business. Accept or reject Resolution 8 of 2026. This is a resolution in support of the submission of local government assistance program known as the LGAP for the purchase of a police vehicle. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none, and just for everybody's awareness, this is the LGAP that we currently have one open now at $35,000. That LGAP stays. Luckily, because back in the day, Chief can testify, we used to be able to get a really nice police car for $35,000, and now that gets us half of a really nice police car. So we have one open LGAP. Luckily, those can stay open for about 3 years. Don't hold my feet to the fire on that, but it's only been open for a year, and we're applying for another LGAP, so that hopefully 2 of our LGAPs will make a whole police vehicle in the modern day of hyperinflation. So we've drafted that, and we'll be seeking that funding again. Council, this time I will entertain a motion to accept Resolution 8 of 2026.
Make a motion to accept Resolution 8 of 2026.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continuing on new business, be item number 11, which would be accept or reject Resolution 9 of 2026, a resolution in support of the submission of a Community Water Enhancement Fund, also known as CWIP, application for the Southern Creek subdivision improvements. CWIP is very similar to LGAP, being that it's 100%, there is no match on behalf of the town there. What we're seeking is, in Southern Oaks, we have a dead-end line that causes just some general browning of water due to sediment. I won't get into the engineering terms, where I make Brad cringe over there, but we want to create a loop so that these folks, instead of hitting that dead-end line, Jackie could speak to this a lot, to keep that water moving, so that we're not with particularly in that neighborhood, they're dealing with some issues. The quality of the water itself is obviously great, any water that we're putting out, but the lack of a loop to keep that water moving causes some staining and things of that nature. So we're going to swing for the fences with LGAP and the CWEF grant. With that being said, are there any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none. Council, this time I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept Resolution 9 of 2026. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continuing on to new business, item number 12, which is accept or reject Resolution 10 of 2026. It's a resolution of support of the Hawden Fire Prevention Bureau in releasing the state fire marshal as required by Louisiana Revised Statute, Title 40, Section 156, 1563, Section C, Subsection 6. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this resolution? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none, council, this time, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept Resolution 10 of 2026.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continuing through new business, we'll have item number 13, which is accept or reject Resolution 11 of 2026. Is a resolution regarding a lease purchase agreement for the purpose of financing public works vehicles and equipment. Give some context on that one there, guys. Council, it's not very similar. It's identical product that we used for our police and fire last year. We kind of all had the agreement in there that we were going to plug some holes on the public safety side, and then we were going to give Superintendent Hicks a lot of loving for some of the stuff he's patching together. If you have any questions in reference to equipment and vehicles, we'll leave that for when Mr. Hicks comes up here. But we're looking to get several trucks and then a smaller excavator that's just dated. We have a good mid-size right now, but our smaller one's dated that we use on some more precision digs there and a few other pieces of equipment just to get our public works kind of caught back up to speed. I will say, we might not feel it as consumers sometimes, but we're actually in a rate environment that's dropping a little bit, so actually the terms are more favorable than when you all approved for us to go for the police and fire. So interest rates actually have, with federal prime, have actually got a little bit better since we did this last time. So we've had a lot of success with using that loan product with Government Capital. They've been great, and I know we can become way more efficient by getting some better equipment to the hands of Jackie and his guys. So with that being said, are there any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also done, council, this time I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept resolution 11/2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second from Mr. Shreen, will be our second. And at this time, council, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Final item of new business will be item number 14. This will be accept or reject resolution 12 of 2026. This is a resolution authorizing the mayor to engage with Butler Snow LLP for legal services related to economic development. Again, some context on this, council and citizens alike. Butler Snow is Mr. Michael Lasada, who we've all had a meeting with before. We want to retain Mr. Michael there to have the benefit of the town aspect to, as far as economic development opportunities we have, whether it be special taxing districts. We have so much in front of us when it comes from a developer standpoint that he's probably just about out of free phone calls from me, and so we see a ton of value in having him as a part of our council as we're growing this commercial development we're doing right now. Is there any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none, council, this time I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 12 of 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, we'll be moving on to our report section of our agenda. First up, we'll have Mr. Gillis, who is our CAO, but we'll be conducting a town administrator report tonight. There you go. Mr. McGee's already fixed it for you on my iPad, so bonafide.
I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's approval there. Mayor, thank you for the opportunity. It's been a pretty hectic last year and a month or two. Running through everything here, and hopefully I can continue to do things to improve how things are operating, and look forward to the future here on that. As far as my report goes, just I did want to touch on those. Both the LGAP CWEP were both 35,000 each that we're working on, and we'll get all that in over the next 2 weeks, hopefully, working with our local legislators as well and getting support there for that. So I think both of those projects will hopefully be something that we can secure. We'll know something in a few months on that. Outside of that, I don't have anything really additional. We've just been working on multiple ordinances and resolutions. I was kind of hoping when we got to the start of the year here, it would slow down a little bit on your agenda items like normal, but that's not been the case. So we're full steam ahead on that stuff. If you have any questions for me, feel free. Other than that, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Next up in reports, we'll have Chief Gibson with the Houghton Police Department.
All right, we had 172 service calls, 31 reports, 210 citations issued, 4 DWIs and 30 drug charges. We stayed, let's see, 9 warrants total through the month of January were applied for, 4 search warrants, 4 arrest warrants, and 1 DNA warrant. We conducted our monthly training. Detective Rainey from BPSO came in and talked to us about sexual assault, great training. Most of the department was able to make that. These are extra training classes that we're putting on. These aren't, we're doing more than what the law requires us to do. We had a lot of help from some of the reserves during the winter storm. Sean Stewart, always Rochon, Stacy Green, Rick Warren, and Ryan Jeffrey all worked to help us. And special thanks to Lynn Beatty and his crew and Jared Vaneski. They came in and cleared the roads. Jordan helped us with some salt and some parking lots as well. We appreciate all that. I sent y'all the criminal patrol grant stats. Y'all should have it on your sheets. I'm assuming that y'all got a copy of what was given, what I gave to Tyler. If you got any questions on that, let me know. And then, let's see, did y'all get the chart also? Last month you asked about drug charges.
Yes, I got that
So-
the day after the meeting.
So anybody that last month that remembers, Mr. Shreen asked about drug charges, because it seems like we make a lot of drug arrests, and we do, and it's because of proactivity, it's not because the town of Halton is just loaded with drugs. So, Freeman put together a chart in 2025. Of all the 333 arrests, only 6% of that came from town of Halton citizens. Everything else is from traffic stops or outside sources. So, anyway, if you didn't get a copy, let me know, I'll get y'all one. And unless you have any questions, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Next up, we'll have Chief Palmer with the Halton Fire Department.
Chief Holland had a family engagement that he could not miss tonight, so unfortunately that leaves you with me. I will do my very best to fill those shoes. As far as the month of January goes, the fire department responded to 45 emergency calls, 8 of which were calls for public service, 4 false alarms, 1 fire-related call, and 32 medical. Our personnel stands at 41, 11 career, 10 part-time, 20 volunteer. This last week and this week, we did interviews for our vacant firefighter operator position. Myself and the 3 shift captains interviewed 6 candidates. We got about 15 or so candidates in total. It was higher than we expected it to be, which is good. We took who we thought were the best 6, interviewed them, and then rated them, passed them on to the chief. The chief then chose the top 4 himself, and Mayor Timms interviewed the top 4. And from that, a conditional offer of employment was offered to J.C. Calhoun. J.C. is a guy that's grown up in this area, grew up in Doyline, lives off of Bellevue Road with his family, so he's very familiar with this area. He's a current part-time firefighter for us, long-time volunteer at District 1. He comes with some certifications. There is some training that he will still need to complete in his first 2 years, and that's the reason for the conditional offer. But we're excited. He did accept the offer, and he will start on February 15th. The salary offered was $36,050, that's a base salary. He will have some incentives because of his certifications, but that is based on the scale P11. All apparatus are in service right now. we were very lucky, and I want to echo the thanks to those that helped keep the roads clear and all that during the ice storm. It certainly could have been a lot worse as far as our calls go. It was pretty calm for us, so that's good. We did have an incident where we had damage to a vehicle. Ice slid off of a local business's roof and hit the hood and windshield of our brand new Sprint truck, busting the windshield and denting up the hood. So the windshield has been replaced, the truck is back in service, the hood still needs to be replaced, but there's nothing that is getting in the way of the vehicle being operational. We replaced the battery in brush 1. Ladder 1 is in service, but it will go out of service here soon, at least temporarily, while the hydraulic outrigger cylinder needs to be replaced. It's leaking. Another one. A different one, but another one. Training-wise, daily training for career personnel, weekly training for volunteers continues. We do have some exciting stuff going on. We're extremely busy in the realm of training right now, and will be for the rest of the year. It is our grading year for PIAL, so we're going full throttle. We're kind of doing a first of its kind right now. Well, a couple weeks ago, we hosted and taught a class for the State Fire Academy, Fire Officer 4. That class filled up very quickly. It was a very successful class. Then last week we started a recruit class. We have an in-person recruit class going on. We are video recording all of the lectures that we're doing and skill training that we're doing. And then we're going to start an online blended version where they can watch those same lectures and do weekly skill training in person. So I don't know that anything like that's ever been done before around here. So we're breaking new ground on that. And it's total of 31 recruit students in those 2 classes. So it's exciting. In a couple weeks, we'll start an incident safety officer class as well. That's almost full. We have started getting in SCBAs from the AFG grant. We're missing like 2 things. And once we get everything in, we will request from FEMA to go ahead and take ownership of those funds. But until we get everything, we are not. There may be a delay, and I haven't looked here in the last year, so FEMA was going through some government shutdown woes again, so hopefully that won't delay us too bad. Forestry grant reimbursement packet has been submitted, and this week also we had Fire Prevention Officer Spencer Leon doing some shadowing work with Benton Fire Department on life safety inspections. So all of the shadowing he had done previously with Ruston and Shreveport was all building code enforcement related. Now he's going through life safety inspection related stuff. So he's been working well with the Halton NPC and Mr. Shelley. We were hoping to give you some hard numbers this month on like how many permits we've processed, but to be honest, it's like this transition, there's been some growing pains in learning the software and hiccups and slowdowns, and we figured it out, and a lot of phone calls. So we're hoping next month, because it's getting better every day. It's getting smoother and smoother every day. Hopefully next month we'll have some hard numbers we can share with you. That's it for me.
Thank you, Chief. Next up, we're going to have Mr. Hicks with our Public Works Department.
It's gonna be pretty quick. I guess we'll just start off with the digs. Kemp Zine, flush valve replacement there. It started on Freedom, the ditch project on Freedom. Deer Valley at Lot 12, we had a service line repair. Camden Hill, the washout it's done, but it has not got grass on it yet. So I think they're waiting to get the grass in before we put grass in there. The good thing we have with the sewer plant, we passed our bios again. Bios are on your outflow. They take samples on your outflow and your bios to see what type of survival rate you get out of flathead minnows, fleas, whatever they are. And if they live and they produce and they do all the stuff they're supposed to, it puts us on a monthly instead of a quarter. It puts on quarterly instead of a monthly. So right now we passed all of them, so now we're on quarterly. So that's going to save us a lot of money throughout the year. So I was really happy about that one. We passed, and I was ecstatic on that one. The ice storm. I mean, I've never seen it go as well as it did. The ice storm. I mean, it was. We've done a lot of preparing. We started preparing a week or 2 weeks ahead of time. Got all the lines from the wells. They were all route heaters. Everything we could find, we done. And it paid off. It really did. It did real good. But I want to give thanks to our operators. Our water and sewer operators are really good. They are really good. I have two young guys that top of the line. I'm gonna tell you, I've seen a lot of operators. These guys are very good, and I just want to give them thanks for what they do for us. I really do. And the trucks, we just talked about that. I had a truck go down today, head gasket. Wow. So now we're down to 5 trucks. And that's all we got. And we're just trading trucks out, just trying to keep going. So as soon as we can get trucks, it would be wonderful. They're really good. So we're spending tons of money on these trucks, keeping them running.
You're a big step closer after tonight with the approval of that, Jackie, so balls will get rolling quicker, so that's good.
All right, well, that's all unless there's something else.
Appreciate you, Jackie. Commissioner Horton with the NPC, believe it or not, he didn't have anything pertaining to the town tonight for NPC unless you had something separately there, Tyler. I don't think
He has nothing. He'll have some stuff at the next meeting.
Yeah. I checked in with him prior to this, and he said, no, because generally if he has 1 or 2 things, I'll tell him, hey, we'll brief it or whatever. He said, actually, I have nothing, but more coming next month. So, we will.
I can speak up for you.
Oh, absolutely, sure. Go ahead.
I think everybody probably knows the reason this agenda goes so smoothly is because there's so much work put into it that you don't see. And on the Horton annexation, working with Tyler and the mayor, Shelley Horton, who had some experience in annexation, certainly was a help on that in terms of working with all of us. And for example, he came by my office as we were working on this ordinance that Tyler had requested. And we spent a couple of 2.5 hours going through it and making sure it was right. So that's the kind of thing that I'm sure y'all all know. Everybody at this podium here, all of us, so much work to get ready for this meeting so that it really does look and is as organized as it is. So thank you, Mayor.
Yep. Yes, sir. Commissioner Horton. With that being said, last but not least, we have Meyer Engineering Firm brief.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things. The LCDBG sewer project came out in the paper today. We'll be taking bids on that the day of the next council meeting. We'll take bids at our office and hopefully, with any luck, be able to award it at the council meeting that night. Contractor is will be getting started on the tank foundation this week. I rode by there. It looked like he had some equipment out there. They should be starting to drill in the next couple of days. We got Continental had an issue with their drilling rig, so it's something with the rigs in the shop, or one of the pieces of equipment, may not be the rig, one of the pieces of equipment's in the shop. They should have it out in the next week or so. The chlorine building is scheduled to be delivered mid-March, and they're hoping to have everything completed on the well project by end of April. We'll be sending the contracts for the well 1 work to 3GN tomorrow from our office, and The only other thing I have is we got contracts back from y'all and the owner certificate back on the sewer project. We're gonna send those over to USDA for their final concurrence, and once they give their final concurrence, they'll set a pre-construction date, and then we'll get moving forward with that. Right. That's all I have. Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Irwin, any announcements you'd like to make, sir?
No, sir, thank you.
Madam Clerk,
No, ma'am.
any announcements from the council?
I do, I just, Hunter, Tyler, y'all's preparedness and organizing everything throughout the town this past couple weeks ago with the ice. Jackie, you didn't have any pipes or anything. I can see I had cameras pointing right to the water well in my backyard. And I watched your guy literally 10 minutes trying to get in this thing because it was froze solid. And digging out ice drifts from the building that come off. He fought it, he got it. Own a construction business, I put 2,200 miles on my vehicle, pulling equipment around in salt. From Longview, Texas to Monroe to Natchitoches to Texarkana. Halton, Louisiana was the best roads we drove on. And that deserves a big kudos. And I hope Bossier City, Shreveport, Longview, Texas, Marshall, Monroe, Ruston is all taking notes because y'all just set the bar extremely high. So thank y'all.
I appreciate it, Mr. String. It was a team effort across everybody, so I'm glad we weathered that one as well as we did, and I think we might make it out the rest of the year without another one.
20 pounds of salt, I'm ready.
The String still got some salt left, so that's good. Any other announcements from the council?
Nick, aren't y'all gonna have your awards banquet next month?
We are, March 21st. March 21st at the First Baptist Church. We'll be holding our annual awards banquet. We actually missed last year, so we're gonna be doubling up on awards this year. So we invite people to come and participate, and we've had a great turnout with people sponsoring it and food and door prizes and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Good. Thank you.
Any other announcements from the council? Seeing none, council, is there any objection to adjourn this meeting?
No.
No objections. Meeting adjourned. Thank y'all.